They didn't remove it, they made you walk away. Something strange has been happening this tax season, not loudly, not announced with fireworks, but silently. Millions of people are walking away from the old tax regime, and most of them didn't wake up planning to do it. On paper, the old tax regime still exists, deductions still exist, exemptions still exist, nothing looks broken, but in reality, the system around it has been slowly reshaped so that choosing it now feels like swimming upstream. Earlier, the old tax regime was the default. You stayed unless you actively opted out. Now the default is flipped, and that single design decision quietly nudges behavior without saying a word. When people see a form, they trust the default, they assume it's recommended, they assume someone smarter already did the math, and so the choice is made before the thinking even begins. This is not about tax slabs alone, this is about friction. The old tax regime demands paperwork, planning, proofs, discipline, while the new one asks almost nothing. Over time, friction changes behavior more reliably than rules, and that's exactly what we are watching unfold. What looks like a personal tax decision is actually a system gently steering millions in the same direction. Here's where it gets uncomfortable, because this shift isn't neutral. It doesn't affect everyone equally, and it quietly reshapes how people save, invest, and even think about money. Under the old tax regime, people were indirectly pushed to save, provident funds, insurance, home loans, long-term commitments, boring but stabilizing habits. When fewer people choose it, those nudges weaken, and suddenly more income stays liquid, more spending happens today, and long-term financial discipline becomes optional instead of baked in. For salaried employees, this changes negotiation power. Earlier, benefits and exemptions mattered, now raw salary numbers dominate conversations. For employers, this simplifies payroll, fewer proofs, fewer questions, fewer compliance headaches, efficiency quietly wins. For the government, this creates predictability. Fewer deductions mean cleaner revenue projections, fewer disputes, faster collections. But for individuals who built their entire planning around deductions, this feels like the ground slowly moving under their feet. Middle-income earners, especially those with home loans or dependents, now face a confusing math problem every year. One wrong assumption and the simpler choice costs more. And the most dangerous part, many people stop calculating altogether. They follow the default, trusting that simpler must mean better. Now zoom out, because this isn't the end state, it feels like a transition phase, and transitions are where rules quietly get rewritten. When fewer people use a system, it becomes easier to justify changing it, trimming it, or eventually removing it without backlash. Future budgets don't need to announce removal, they can just stop updating deduction limits, stop expanding benefits, freeze it in time. Over years, inflation does the rest. What once helped meaningfully slowly becomes irrelevant. Watch for language changes, phrases like simplification, ease of compliance, voluntary choice. These are signals, not slogans. Also watch employer behavior, fewer deduction-linked benefits, more flat compensation structures, because systems adapt faster than individuals. And finally, watch how younger earners behave. First job salaries, gig income, startup pay, they are growing up without emotional attachment to the old tax regime at all. When a generation never uses a system, it becomes politically invisible. The old tax regime isn't being killed, it's being outgrown, quietly, deliberately, and once behavior changes, policy rarely looks back. If this changed how you see your taxes, share it, subscribe, and stay ahead of the shifts nobody announces.